morning I want to try and get to that clearing where we saw that monster. I've been going for the last hour in the moonlight, but it's just coming light enough now. I want to be sitting on that bush edge where we saw that monster deer. So it's an exciting morning, man. It's a real exciting morning. Welcome back to another episode Out There Doing It with Jay Wild. It's brought to you by your local hunting and fishing.
So this is the spot where I saw the giant the day before. I managed to sneak in undetected and nestle in against some of these trees. I wasn't sitting here that long until I saw the first bit of movement coming from the surrounding forest edge.
Got a stag.
It was only a young animal, but its presence confirmed I'd got in here safely. I had to be super quiet as I knew the giant would be right here somewhere. I just needed to see him first. My rifle was ready to go when I heard a noise out to my left.
Right there, just coming out of the bush.
It was that same stag we had passed on the night before, which you may have seen in the last episode. This stag was with the giant last night, so I'm hoping our big stag is still here somewhere. I slowly moved my way through the trees to get a different angle. This bit of footage shows the giant running through these exact trees last night. I'm currently standing right where I filmed him run through. Out in front of me I caught some more movement.
We got another deer out here.
This young stag heard something approaching, so I turned my attention to the bush line to our left. But unfortunately it was just a hind and her fawn coming out. I felt like I was in the right area, but as the morning crept on there was still no sign of the giant. Maybe this evening we'd cross paths, but at this point in time I had no idea about the very close encounters that this exact evening would bring.
What a morning, man. That was so good. Lots of deer this morning. Had some cool encounters. But yeah, beautiful day today. Blue skies, not a cloud in the sky. I've been hearing a stag roaring somewhere at the base of that mountain there. So I know where we're going this evening. It seems like the stags are rutting, they're roaring way better in the evenings. There was not much happening this morning as far as roaring goes, but apart from this one roaring out there now, I'm getting pretty hungry, man. I'm going to make my way back to camp, have a bit of a recharge for the heat of the day, and then this evening we are going to get right in the middle of the action. So stay tuned.
Walking back to camp, I thought about all the clues we've uncovered about this giant deer. So far, the puzzle pieces are starting to come together. We're figuring out his core area and learning the hotspots within that area, and now I know which time of day he seems to be most active. But we're about to learn a whole lot more.
Good to be back, to be honest. Oh man, let's get some layers off. Solar watch, it charges from the sun, so get some charge time. In the last episode, I hunted in dry boots and then put the wet ones back on to cross the rivers. This morning, I was hiking in the moonlight, 5 a.m. It was so bright, I could see so well, it was incredible. And yeah, I ended up getting across the rivers, and instead of putting my dry boots on, I was like, man, I'm just going to wear these wet boots because it opened up so many more possibilities for the stealth approach. I ended up dropping into the rivers and walking the rivers to get around all those deer because there's so many deer out. I just knew they were there, but I saw a few silhouettes in the moonlight. I managed to sneak by everything though. Nothing barked at me. It was actually the perfect approach, but I've been in wet boots all day and it is now lunchtime. Well, it's about 11:30. So yeah, it's time to dry out all this stuff, man. It cracks me up. Classic sunny day in the wilderness of New Zealand. Everything gets out for drying. Also got the solar panel out again. Remember in the last episode we set out the solar panel? That is cranking once again. So that's a BioLite solar setup. If you want to know more, you have to check out the previous episode to this. But yeah, that is charging all my power banks and therefore all my camera batteries so I can make videos for you guys. How's this for a spot, man? That's where I've been getting my drinking water from. Cool stream, eh? So I'm pretty much just going to chill out for the middle of the day, make sure all my batteries are charged, and then if I'm lucky I might even have a little sleep because I may look tired and I feel tired, man. I feel real tired. I think I know a way around all those paradise ducks and all those other deer. I reckon that we can get to where we want to go, get to where the big stag is quicker. Those two big stags have been roaring just before dark and we want to be ready when they step out of that bush. So this time waiting for them on that clearing with the wind good, ready to go. Camera's all ready. If we can locate this big stag, he's going to be the biggest stag I've ever hunted in my life. I'm going to try my hardest to make it happen, man, that's for sure.
So I managed to get all my tasks done and even managed an hour-long nap. But the evening's now fast approaching, and if we're going by the last couple of days, this evening is surely going to be full of action.
Where we want to go is up the valley, about where the top of that tree is right there. So this monster deer is up there somewhere this evening. I hope we can find him.
I can't see any deer. There's a couple of paradise ducks up there though. And a million sandflies far out. We'll go a bit further. I'm going to put some gloves, a buff, and my Scoria top on. Get up to this next corner.
So the clothing I'm wearing is Huntex Expedition range of clothing. It's a key range of clothing designed for this style of hunting, wilderness hunting, remote, the stuff that I really love. So I've had a huge part in creating the Expedition range. This top, which I absolutely love. Then you saw me wearing the merino long sleeve hoodie, which is another key item. I'm wearing the Scout pants, which have knee pads, full side zips. They dry quick. These are like your everyday hunting pant. The colours that we've gone with blend in to a lot of different scenarios. Another thing I'll say about the knee pads is once you try knee pads, you will never want to go back to no knee pads. The stalk I did this morning at the start of the episode, I crawled probably 200 metres on my knees. Having the knee pads was game changer, man. These knee pads are removable too. So you can have them in, you can have them out. There's gloves, there's gaiters, there's a packable lightweight rain jacket which lives in my pack 100% of the time. So Hunting and Fishing New Zealand stock the Expedition range. Pick up some gear yourself, and even better on your social medias, on Instagram, places like that. Mention me, tag me in the photos of you wearing your gear. I would love to see you wearing the Expedition range from Huntex. It's got a little piece of my heart in that gear, man, so seriously, head down to your local hunting and fishing store and pick up some for yourself.
Just heard a stag roar. I'm not joking, I just heard a stag roar, so the time is here, man, we're on. The wind's drifting out that way. We need to go that way, so it's not too bad. I'll just keep checking it as we go. Man, it looks really good right now. Hopefully that stag roars again shortly. Might be another big stag moved in. Be good to see him on our way through. is a good roar, man. That is exactly what we want to be hearing. I might get the rifle ready back here. Doesn't that get you excited, man? Fire out. Let's check that wind. We want to be going that way. Perfect wind. We got deer. I can see deer. I don't know what it is yet. I can just see it. A bum poking out. Okay, we made it into position. Got the rifle right here. Ready. There's a deer out here. It turns out to be a spiker. Just out here, 50 metres in front of me. We saw the big stag last night down here at the end of this clearing. And we saw the other one that I passed on this morning and last night out in the middle. So I'm hoping just before dark they come out and they fire each other up again. Hear that? He's just on the other side of that clearing in the bush by the sounds. He's just not showing himself. He's just on the other side of that grass over there. I'll give him a roar, see if he'll poke his head over. Man, getting low on light. Running out light real fast. He's just not showing himself. I think he's actually in the bush. Or just on the edge of the bush. Oh man, we're out of light, guys. He's still over there roaring. No way to approach. I've got that spiker in front of us. He just didn't come out into the clearing. Very frustrating, but that's hunting. We're going to pack up real quietly, real smoothly, and sneak out here. So yeah, see you guys nice and early tomorrow morning. Right, good morning guys. It's real early, it's just getting light enough to film now. I've been making my way up the river. We've got a different plan today. Yesterday on the walk out, remember I heard that stag roaring while I was doing that little talk at midday. I think that sounds to me like it's in the vicinity of the trail cameras. So we're going to go and see if we can sit on that wallow this morning. Obviously if we hear him roaring we'll be chasing him, but if not we're going to set up on that wallow because there's a high chance something will come down to that wallow today. We're doing it. We're sneaking in there. Remember this spot. Let's have a quick look as we're going past. Very foggy. Looks really nice out there, but I can't see anything. I'm going to keep going anyway. Look onto those new clearings that we haven't looked onto yet. Do you want to know something really annoying? I can't find my buff anywhere. I wonder if it fell out somewhere because I honestly can't find it anywhere. So hopefully it's deep in my pack here somewhere, but if I don't have it that's going to make things difficult, that's for sure. Gonna let out a couple of roars. Get set up here, get the rifle out and everything. I'm just going to have to really hide my face if a stag comes in. been sitting there for a while, haven't heard or seen anything. If you remember early on in the series, we set out those trail cameras. Those are not far from here in a straight line. I'm thinking we'll go and sit somewhere where we can set up at a safe distance and see if something comes out to that wallow. I'll probably roar as we go. And if I get a response, we'll quickly set up.
So heading into the area where the wallows are is exciting because we haven't actually pushed in there since we set out those trail cameras in episode 1.
Actually rubbed up pretty recently.
This area I haven't hunted at all yet, so it's all new to me and I'm having to figure it out as I go. There seemed to be a lot of sign around as I made my way deeper in.
Check this out. This tree has been given an absolute hiding. But a stag here. You see that? Here from a stag's mane. There is a lot of stag sign around here. We're going to set up just through these trees. We should be able to see the wallow from there.
These wallows are outside of where I currently think the giant's territory is. But what I'm about to find out changes everything.
Okay, so the plan, just creeping through there. I was actually filming those spider webs. And I heard a stag roar right up there. It sounds like potentially up on that ridge where you can see the tops of those trees in the sun. So a little ways away in the bush. But this spot looks so good, man. So we're going to set up here for a little while. He's roaring. I've heard him twice now. Going to let him roar. The wallow that we've got the 2 cameras on that we set early on in the series. That wallow is probably... Hang on. I'll tell you exactly, mate. Right. That wallow is 116 metres from here. When we get to that bush edge over there a bit later on, we will see the wallow. We will fully see it. So what the plan is, while there's a stag roaring up there, we're going to use that to our advantage. Because if there's a stag at the wallow or near that wallow, he'll reply, he'll start roaring back to that guy. If I was to roar right now, everything in this area will know I'm here. Get that? So what I don't want to happen is one of these younger stags, these satellite stags, to come in, check me out, bust me, start barking, and then blow the whole area out. So we want to let the deer roar themselves and tell us where all the stags are from the safety of our little thicket patch snipe spot. I'll get the big camera out, get the rifle ready, just in case, because we could have a stag right here. I just don't know yet. And then if there's nothing, we'll creep forward and set up on the edge of that, looking at that wallow. The bird life's incredible here right now. Only that one stag making noise though. There's nothing roaring back at this guy. I might just slowly creep forward and get into that next patch of trees there, that next little thicket. Yeah, so I've got to walk through this patch of sun and there's no going around it, unfortunately. So I want to make sure there's nothing on that clearing. If there's a stag there, I'd say he would have roared back at that other guy, because that other guy's been roaring pretty consistently. Just got to play our cards right and move slowly, just bit by bit.
Walking across this open meadow was very risky as I didn't know if there was any eyes watching me from deep in the surrounding forest. This next thicket I'm aiming for was going to give me another clue to help us in the search for this giant.
Okay, we made it in here. Pretty nice spot. We got basically 360 degree views. The wallow is down that way at the end of that clearing. You can actually see my camera's on the trees. There's stag rubs in this patch of trees that we're in. So that's a good sign, and they look pretty fresh too. So we're going to get real comfortable here. I'm going to make it super homely. I'm just hoping that we'll get a big rutty stag come down to the wallow. It's probably 100 metres or less, 90 metres, I'll tell you. 92, so pretty close. I I like that I'm in the shade right now, but if I move around too much, I'll be in the sun, you see. But there's a couple of big trees right here I can use for cover. I'm feeling pretty positive. Be interesting to see what comes out. There's lots of deer sign around. Look how high these rubs are. I mean, they bend the trees over, but that's still, all the way to the top there, that's still gotta have some sort of height. Look at these ones deeper back. Look at antler marks. Look at marks up to here. With that, that's pretty hard to bend over. It takes a bit of force to bend that, so it's not going to bend too far over. But yeah, those are some very tall rubs, man, which generally means a lot of length in those antlers. Let's hope he wants to come down here tonight. We'll be waiting.
So these antler marks were the tallest I'd ever seen. Surely there couldn't be two giants living around this area.
Midday, super quiet. We'll give a roar, see if there's anything nearby bedded down. We got a reply from the guy up on the hill there.
The rest of the day was very quiet until I heard some sticks cracking up ahead of me, over towards where the wallows are.
We got a stag coming out. I just got a glimpse of him through the trees. About time, far out. Awesome. was nuts. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's another one. He's looking. He's just gone behind the bush. Spiker. I just heard a quiet roar in that direction too. That spiker's right here. 25. That first stag got 5 meters from me. I was filming him on the wide angle lens. Try to confuse him. Oh my gosh, 7:33. I've been waiting here since 9 a.m. or probably earlier, 8:39, and I just had a stag and a spiker turn up right at the same time. I waited here all day. I can't believe that, man. Both of them went right around me. That spiker actually spooked because he got my wind and he saw me moving with the camera too close for the long lens, so I was using the wide angle. That spiker barked at me at like 10 meters, so I picked up the roaring horn and gave him a roar. Confused the heck out of him. That's why he ended up coming right back round past me on this other side in front of us. Got round behind me. The thing is, he could smell that other stag, so he was a bit on edge that other stag was going to beat him up. We'll keep watching, guys. We're coming into the prime time now. A big old stag might walk out yet. I just had a hind and a fawn walk right in front of me, like 4 meters, 5 meters away. Walk around here and stop where that stag and that spiker stopped. I couldn't even film, they were so close. I ended up filming her after she winded me, going around behind me. She ran off 40, 50 meters and stopped, and I managed to get that little bit of video of her standing there. There was no warning at all, nothing. They just appeared right in front of me. It's crazy, man. She barked at me, so I let out a roar straight away, but I'll let out another one.
So maybe that hind barking just before dark changed today's outcome. Or maybe the giant wasn't the one that left those incredibly high antler marks in the trees. Maybe those trail cameras will have some answers. But for now, on the next episode, we'll carry on this hunt from tomorrow morning, and you're not going to want to miss this one. Don't forget, guys, all the gear I use on my hunts can be found down at your local hunting and fishing store. So make sure all your gear kit is set and prepared, ready to go before you head out on your next adventure.
Let's see if I can make this brighter. There we go. Yeah, tomorrow's another day though. What are we going to find tomorrow? That's the question. Are we going to find our monster? There's only one way to find out. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We're going to carry on the search for our giant. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.